DeepSeek Harness is an agent harness platform that keeps agents working in real-world environment. This video will help you to get started quickly, set up your model, and get up and running in no time. With DeepSeek Harness, you can connect tools, models, MCPs, and more using plugins that can be replaced, so you can swap everything on the agent harness platform. The UI, commands, memory, skills, and more. Once you send a prompt, you can trace the agent's to cause, errors, and more. You have the ability to set the agent mode. So for example, you can set it to standard mode, code mode, and creator mode. The project is now in developer preview, so you can view it on GitHub and follow the quick installation guide to get it up and running. So there are two ways to get started. You can clone this repo and begin using the harness. From the home page, you can also use the quick start installation. So you should copy this command. That is not a command line tool. It is a tool with a web UI. So once you copy this command, you should go to the terminal and run the command. Over here, you have noticed I added MPS DeepSeek AI DSH web. Next, it will ask you whether you want to proceed or not. And once you press the return key, the harness will be available on your local host at port 3080. So you can visit it in the browser and start working with it. I have already added a prompt for a SwiftUI project. Before you can start using the harness, you need to create a new workspace or add an existing one. So I added an empty directory called Agent Harness and specified my prompt. From the model selector, you have noticed we have DeepSeek V4 Flash High. When we click that, you can choose other models. These are all DeepSeek models. I have these two models by default because I have already configured my DeepSeek API key in my Z profile. So once you store the DeepSeek API key on your machine permanently, after you install the harness, you will have these two models by default. However, you can bring your own model by going to the settings on the bottom left. Under the General tab, you can, for example, set Agent Mode and select any of these options: Standard, Code Mode, Minimal Mode, and Creator Mode. You can set the language and also set the appearance: light, dark, or system. The models category allows you to bring your own models by adding a provider. So over here, you can select any of these providers and configure it to work with the harness. All you need is the provider's API key. You can also use the customize settings by adding the base URL. So if your provider is not found under this list, you can also add a custom provider by selecting this option. With the plugins category, you can enable and disable plugins under the plugin list. Over here, you can also configure custom plugins. In the prompt area, you can click the plus button to add commands. You can set goal, use the plan mode, and more. This option also allows you to set write access, so you can set it to read only, workspace write, or give a full access. Once you send a prompt, all the agent traces will be recorded under trajectory. So over here, for the prompt I added, you have noticed here I have all the two calls. It is categorized under duration, tense, and cause. So you can select any and preview. If you want to export a specific agent session, you can go to the top right and select this option to download it. I will go back to chat. With the prompt I added, I wanted to create a free Sketch SwiftUI application. So it went ahead to scaffold an Xcode project in under 10 minutes. So if I go to the workspace on my machine, we have an Xcode project. So these are all the generated files for the project. It integrates PenSocket and the PaperKit framework. So let's run it to see how it looks like. I'll change it from Amos iPhone and select a simulated device. So we now have the app launched in the Xcode Device Hub. Let's create a new sketch. I will call it First Sketch. So over here, we have a button to add different stuff to the canvas. I will pick something like this one. We can also add text and more.